أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيب قلوبنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم مصطفى محمد اللهم صل على وعلى آل الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما بقية الله في الأرض صاحب العصر والزمان أرواحنا له فداء إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ به من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل الله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا صلى الله عليه وآله عبده ورسوله سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. I was told that the program was all conducted in English language. That's all. And I'm expected to give a closing remark. I wish I were here and have listened to all that was being said, so that my closing remarks will be a sort of sum up, sort of conclusion to what has been said. But all the same, whatever I may be saying may be very useful in concluding this sitting, inshallah. First of all, this is a day of remembrance of the event that took place 10 years ago during the Qod'S Day, procession, which takes place normally in the end of Ramadan, the last Friday of Ramadan. It so happened that the last day of Ramadan 10 years ago was also the last day of July. In Hijrah it was 1435 and Miladiya is 2014, exactly 20 years ago. Now, the celebration, whatever I want to call it, this procession of Ashura, or the sort of anniversary, I don't know what to call it because it is marked with different activities. We normally do it for a whole week. We call it a Palestinian week, starting from Wednesday, normally Wednesday, Thursday, then Friday, then we'll end on Saturday. And since the day Imam Khomeini declared the last Friday of April Ramadan to be a day of solidarity with the Palestinian cause and the Masjid al-Aqsa. We started with gathering like this in a hall, mainly in those days in a university, from 80 through from 79 to 83. But in 84 we have the first procession, which is that's exactly 40 years ago. So this is the last Qod'S we held was the 41st. That for 41 years we have been holding this procession. Or might say that for the last 45 years we have been celebrating the Qod'S Day on the last Friday of Ramadan. We started by doing it in the first day after Ramadan because we could not gather in the last day of Ramadan. And we started by doing it also only in one city, in Zaria. We would all gather there. We were handful, we were hundreds in those days. And then when it grew up, we started to do it a Friday after the Zaria one in some selected cities. Then thereafter, we turned it to the last Friday and in major cities, about 22 selected cities. And in recent years, it is held in many more cities and in small scale, we might call towns, because of the incident that's happened in present day time, there's a problem with security. So movement is not easy. So we decided that people can do it even in other smaller towns, which hitherto we did not use to make it. Even you might have known that after the celebration of Ashura, this last Ashura, some people from nearby Goranyo village in Sokoto State, they are going back, and then the so-called bandits opened fire on them and instantly killed one sister and took away 6 other people. Up to now, they are there with them in the bush, including some sisters. So this celebration will now take place in different towns and cities and even villages. We have been holding them normally, peacefully, but several times there have been attacks on Qod'S Day in Nigeria. In particular, in the year, I think 1998, they opened fire in Kano, killing 8 people. I can remember because we have an NGO union in support of Palestine. This is coming together of different NGOs that support Palestinian cause, and we have we normally have gathering at least twice every year. We talk 2 times, and the celebration of, I think sometime in 1999 also, I was giving a report in our meeting in London, and I said that police opened fire on us and killed 8 people, and everyone was surprised. They couldn't understand why open fire on people demonstrating in support of Palestine. Well, I feel ashamed myself, but I said, well, this is Nigeria. In Nigeria, the police, their guns is for murder. They think that they have been given the guns in order to murder people, and that's apparently what they do. They murder and they get away with it. They don't care. And they couldn't understand, but that's the case. In Nigeria, the policemen, they think that the gun given to them is not to protect the people, but to murder the people. And that's apparently what they are doing. They just murder people, that's all. So, in that year, they killed 8 people. 2 people have nothing to do with the procession. It was at the end of the procession, after closing prayer was said and people started dispersing, and the police opened fire and instantly killed 8 people. 2 of them were people in the town, some of them are living in front of their houses. They have nothing to do with celebration. But the other 6 apparently our brothers that have participated in the procession. And also, in some years, I couldn't recall all of them, but I know in 2009, they opened similar fire in Zaria, even though it was reported that we have heard from reliable sources that they were planning to attack the procession in Zaria. And we made it public. It was known, and it was even publicized in some major televisions through the satellite, international televisions. I remember the Al-Alam, Press TV, so many papers, they carried it out. But all the same, they opened fire. They killed 2 people. They had intention to kill more, but it ended that they killed 2 people, Abdurrahman Isa and Isa Muhammad. And that of 2014, that is to say 5 years after that, they also similarly opened fire. As usual, after the procession has taken place and ended, and people were going back home, they decided to open fire. I have escaped some other incidences of similar fire on Qod'S Day in Zaria and Sokoto and other places. But this particular one in 2014, which coincided with the 25th of July of that year and 28th of Ramadan of that year, they killed 34 people on the Friday and Saturday. 32 of them were part and parcel of the procession. And one was, an elderly man, a Christian and Igbo man called Julius Anyanwu. Julius Anyanwu had a workshop along the road, and when he witnessed that they were opening fire, he went and talked to the soldiers and said, "So why are you opening fire on these people? They have been carrying these processions for years peacefully. Why do you kill them?" Then this word did not go well with them. They followed him into the workshop and opened fire on him and killed him instantly. And the other was somebody in the city, a small boy who was apprentice. He left his workshop also to go back home, but he was killed on the road. All in all, they killed 34 people. Okay, we receive a lot of condolences, and we have seen a lot of solidarity with people from different parts of the world, but both in Nigeria also, from different individuals and organizations. Some have called, they came several times. I was recording day 1, day 2, day 3, until day 60, even beyond. People are still coming to condole us. And so letters came from different organizations outside Nigeria and at home also. We have a lot of sympathy. I was saying in my closing remark last Thursday, day before yesterday, that it appears that, if the man who is called president happened to be a Muslim, then the Muslims don't care what he does. And if he happens to be a non-Muslim, then they care. At that time, 20 years ago, it was Jonathan. So we received a lot of, messages of condolences from different people, including the then president himself. Even though I was telling him that it wasn't an accident, it was a deliberate murder by people wearing soldiers' uniform. This time they were not police. They were people in the armed forces. They were soldiers in the Nigerian army. All right. That happened, and it appears that they had an intention to do worse than what they did, because they opened fire on Friday, and then they came with all intention to carry out more killing on Saturday. But seeing that the whole the area where my house was located, it was filled with people who thought that the funeral prayer would take place that morning, Saturday. So it was filled with people, and we had also what we call international press briefings. So and on their way, the soldiers came to close to the place, but apparently they returned back, because it appears that if they were to come, it means they will carry out massacre of not hundreds, but not thousands, maybe perhaps hundreds of thousands of people, because hundreds of thousands of people have gathered in that place. So each year we remember this particular incident, and a year later, they carried out what is called Zaria Massacre, 2015, December. And we also remember that all April, December, this event is particularly, we remember we might call it massacre as well. And unofficially I have had the then president in a private speech, not public. He said he has killed 33 people, and he was said that he had carried massacre. Now someone has come and killed over 1,000. Whether 1,000 people or 33 people, it is massacre. It's mass murder. And those who killed 33, they had the intention to kill more. Only Allah sees their hands. And those who murdered over 1,000 a year later, they had the intention to kill even if it is million, even more. But Allah, held their hand, that they were unable to continue what they intended to do. All the same. This is about the events. If you are interested, you can see the interview with survivors, those who have survived the incident. They have been interviewed and it has been recorded. And if it is compiled, it will make a big volume of books. We said that this should be compiled in the future, in the near future, in a form of book. And still now, people who have information about those incidences, the first Zaria massacre and the second Zaria massacre, they need to, voice it out. It will be recorded, and it will help in a way, because what someone has seen, another person has not seen. There can be intersection of the ideas, and there can be differences. Each person is narrating what he witnessed in his own area. So if you are interested, you can see the records. They are there. I have seen a small documentary about this the 2014 incident. It's now in circulation, but I think it is Hausa. In Hausa, they have interviewed different people, and they put some pictures. They narrated a lot of things about, a short clip showing the incident in a nutshell. Now, we are coming to the lessons of the incident, and this is what we gather to do now. What do we learn from this? I know the presentation of this lecturer, they have given different dimensions of all this. Why attack Qod'S Day? Why attack people who are only showing solidarity with the Palestinian people? Why attack people who are saying that the Aqsa Mosque belongs to the Muslims, and non-Muslims should not intrude or desecrate it? Why attack and kill them in faraway Nigeria and beyond? Remember, in 1987, during Qod'S Day celebration, procession during Hajj in Makkah, they also opened fire and killed hundreds of people. And they were saying that if people going to Hajj will hear the message of Qod'S and will carry some message back to their respective countries, one day Israel will be no more. And what they call it so-called Western civilization, if there is any. I don't know there is anything called Western civilization, but it's a claim that they have one. Unless acquiring other people and stealing their resources is civilization, then they are civilized. That's what we call Western civilization. When you go and ransack other people and enslave them, occupy them, and steal their resources, if that is civilization, then that's the Western civilization. But all what the West have is they have stolen it from someone else. They have contributed nothing. If there is anyone, we challenge anyone to show us. Where is that the civilization? All right, in any case, they say that if Israel is no more, their civilization will also be no more. What is their civilization? Occupying other people's land and stealing their resources. It will be no more. That means other people will be independent. They will have their wealth in their own hands. And that means that's the end of tyrants, rulers, the end of occupying other people, the end of stealing other people's resources, the end of enslaving people. And they know it very well, if you don't know. As some people might say, why do they attack us in particular? Why us in particular? They know why they are doing it. If you don't know. They know for sure that if Masjid al-Aqsa turned to be in the hand of the Muslims, it means that Muslims are in control of the whole world. That's what it is. And they know it very well. One day, inshallah, the Muslim people will gather at Aqsa and pray. And at the time when that masjid will be in their own hands. All right. Their own civilization, if they have any, is that of murder and killing people. And we have seen that civilization, they have demonstrated it in Iraq. Before that, they have demonstrated that civilization in Afghanistan, then in Iraq, in Abu Ghraib prison. They have demonstrated that civilization in Syria. That civilization was seen in Libya, where they destroy all these countries. Now the same civilization is going on in Sudan. And where the civilization is shown in its true color is in Palestine, where for the last 10 months, is every day they are murdering men, women, and children, innocent people. They call them Hamas. What is Hamas? You are killing innocent people, even unborn children, pregnant women. You are also stabbing people to death. You are preventing those who have been killed from having a funeral. Because a lot of people have been killed months back, but they have not been able to bring them out from the rubbles of the houses they destroyed, those houses upon them. And they are preventing the injured from being taken to hospital. And people are dying. That's where the civilization is clearly shown, very clear. Murder, mass murder of people who happen to be the owners of the land, Palestinian people, be they Christians or Muslims. You have to understand, maybe they give this a picture of a religion, but it's nothing to do with religion at all. It's nothing to do with there is no Israeli religion. It doesn't exist. That Israel was established by the West, and those who are taken to that area were mostly what the people who are called Ashkenazi Jews. These are people of Azeria, Ukraine, Georgia, and those areas. They are white people. They don't have the blood of Jacob, the son of Isaac. They are not children of Abraham. They are not Israelites. In other words, Israelites are known to be dark in color, very dark. Musa alayhi salam was very dark skinned. And all Jews, real Jews, the real Israelites were all dark in skin. But these people, the Ashkenazis, they are white people who now occupied the place and then took the name Israel. Then they have nothing to do, nothing in common with the Israelites. That's why by law they have prevented from making DNA, because their DNA shows that they are not sons or daughters of that area. Well, in other words, the Palestinians are killing. If you take their DNA sample, it shows that the majority of them are children of Israel. They are children of Yaqub, the son of Ishaq. They are children of Ibrahim. They are the owners of the land. All right. And of course, a lot of people are ignorant about this. They think that it's a religion. Thank God there are some Jews who do not agree with what is happening. Say it's not done in their own name. Judaism does not allow them to do that. In any case, whatever the case, we can see that it has exposed a lot of lies which had hitherto been told to the world. And perhaps a lot of people believe them. One of these lies is that they say they are democracy. They are the only democracy in the Middle East. See the democracy now. See the democracy now. Apartheid. People of one race against others. Those who they occupy their land, they have no right to vote. They are not even regarded as citizens of that country. Is that democracy? What is a democracy? What definition? They say it's the government of the people. It's also exposed that democracy does not exist anywhere in the Western world. Those who say they are champions of democracy, the United States of America and those European countries, in Britain, France, Italy, Germany, and what have you. There is nothing called democracy there, because the event of Gaza showed that the people are not in support of what those governments are doing, but the governments continue to support the genocide. You see demonstration every day against genocide by the hundreds of thousands of people every day in their cities. Yet their governments, a clique of very few people, continue to support this cancer, this entity, called this Zionist entity, who are carrying this massacre, who are carrying this genocide, carrying this murder, merciless murder of men, women, and children. All the governments of the West are in support, but not the people. We may not ask, is democracy the government of the people? If the answer is yes, is there any country in the West where there is democracy? You have only a clique of people managing the government. Whether you vote or you don't vote, someone will be in the top of the affairs and he will work against you. And it should also expose where do people, who are those who support the Palestinians? Who? The real supporters of Palestine. In the Muslim world, particularly in the Muslim world, whereas this event of Gaza has turned a lot of people to ask, what is this religion called Islam? What is it teaching? A lot of them are looking for Quran. They are buying in English translation of Quran. Alhamdulillah, they are understanding it. I used to think that people cannot understand translation of Quran because the Quran is in Arabic language, and you need to know the language before you understand. But people they understand plain translation, plain. It makes sense to them, and they convert to Islam. They revert to Islam, because everybody is born a Muslim. It is the environment that changed him. Alhamdulillah, they are now reverting to the true teaching of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can, whereas these people are turning to Islam, those who are called Muslims, unfortunately, majority of their governments, and some of their governments support the Zionist entity. See how the neighboring countries, like mainly in Egypt, which shared an outlet, they block the outlet. They don't allow patients to be transported into Egypt, and they don't allow aids to also go through. They were working for the Zionists. You see, the Saudi Arabia, they are trading, they are making supply to Zionists. The government, I might say the government of Mr. Sisi, the government of Ali Saud, and the government of the man they call King of Jordan. All right. These are the people in support of the Zionist entity. And what about the people? What do they do? Docile, they just sit down and watch. Even this demonstration they cannot do. Whereas in the West, people are coming out to demonstrate, in this country they are doing nothing. And we see how who are the ones who now fight in support of the Palestinians. The Hezbollah in Lebanon, they are about 6 million. But they are in support of Palestine. They are engaging the Zionist entity through its southern border. In the northern border was occupied Palestine. Whereas Egypt, which has over 60 million people docile, they do nothing. What is the reason? You might ask, why? Are they not Muslims? There they are. Why is it that tiny people called Shia in Lebanon are the ones fighting, but these people who call themselves Sunni, they are doing nothing? Whereas those who are killed, they are not Shia. In the Palestinians, they are not Shia. They are just Muslims. If you are interested in the name, I don't care about this name Shia, Shia Sunnah, but they care about it. They say so much. And also the axis of resistance in Syria and Iraq, they are also sending their own support through attacking the Zionist entity. And Yemen, God bless Yemen, the only Arab country where the people and the government are in support of Palestine. You must say that in some areas, you know, the government does not support, but the people do. But in the case of Yemen, alhamdulillah, government and the people in support of Palestine. And the Zionist entity, you know, fear most Iran, the Islamic Republic. And also you see the demonstrations that take place in support of Palestine. See what is happening in Nigeria. Who care to talk about Palestine? For the last 45 years, who said anything about it? Isn't it we, who they call Shia? And they who call themselves Sunnah, what they do? They keep quiet. You must ask yourself, why is it that only the people called Shia, in fact the Palestinians themselves are asking, they are saying that Gaza had turned into Karbala, and they were saying Labbaik ya Hussein. This incident of 25th July happened to come in the month of Muharram this year, because there is a difference of 11 days between these two calendars, lunar and solar. 10 years ago, it was July 25th, and it was end of Ramadan. This year, around 25th July, is in the mid of Al-Muharram. So Al-Muharram is the time when we mourn the martyrdom of Abu Shahada, Sayyid al-Shuhada, Abi Abdullah al-Hussein. And last year, we turned the theme of the whole Ashura city on Quran, because there have been attacks on Quran in some Western countries, particularly in Sweden, where it's continuously, almost every week, someone will come with the support of the government, with a license from the government, and ban Quran. And so the last Ashura, it was in solidarity with the Quran. We said, Na'am, Na'am lil Quran. Yes, yes to Quran. All right. And this year, it's apparent it's about Palestine. Because every day now they are busy carrying out genocide on the Palestinian people. So this is the time. This time also, it is Ashura time. At the same time, we remember the incident of 20 years ago of Qod'S Day, and it is the time when Qod'S, the Palestinian people are facing the worst calamity in their history. I must say the worst calamity may be in human history, because nothing of the sort have ever been seen in the past, where you have a tiny clique of terrorists calling others terrorists, and they are carrying terrorism, and you have the whole Western governments in support of them. And we must say it is not, if not because of this support they are giving them, they are nothing. In fact, I don't want to say Israel is anything. Israel is absolutely nothing. Even nothing is better than Israel. Why do they need US, UK, and France to defend missiles from Iran. If they should say they are superpower. They say they are intelligent killing Musa. They call it David among Goliaths. And they failed to detect the Tufan al-Aqsa. They couldn't understand anything. Up till now, they cannot. They failed to locate where the fighters of those they call Hamas, where they are, and they are still giving them terrible blow. You know, they are expert in murder. The Zionists are expert in murdering innocent people, but in the battlefield, they are cowards. They achieve nothing, absolutely nothing in the battlefield. And every day, those support given to them by the West, their tankers, they are this and that, they are all being destroyed. And they all of them fear to enter and face the fighters. These fighters, they fight with weapons they manufacture themselves. But the Zionists, they fight with the weapon manufactured from the West. They have manufactured nothing. What is all the might? They call themselves superpower. Which is power? Super arrogance. Now it is now very clear where do you have the support. It shows you who are the supporters. Let me expand. I just give you the time today. Think, why is it that only some among the Muslim people care to support Palestine? It is the school of Imam Hussein. Followers of the school of Imam Hussein are the ones behind it, because Imam Hussein came out in order to fight against tyranny and establish justice. And when he was given option between surrender to the tyrants and given his head, he preferred to sacrifice his life than to surrender to the tyrants. And even if they saw it's a sort of victory in the flame of desert, now after almost 1,400 years ago, this revolution of Imam Hussein is yielding fruits. That's why you see only those who follow the teaching of Imam Hussein, the school of Imam Hussein, only they who actually face the tyrants. They don't care about the consequences, and they are always winning. And that's why they fear also of what's happening here in Nigeria. Now, one might say, I know people, they don't care about things, particularly in this country. They don't care about what issues which they should concern them. They always take trending issues. Trending issues. If you see social media, it's trending. What happened yesterday is all over the media. Okay, what is happening now? Poverty, hunger, disease, death, insecurity. Now, even just to have, people have forgotten about 3 requirements. Just to have 1 meal a day is only very few can afford. And even at that time, they are also living in fear. What is the way out? We present to you the school of Imam Hussein. Say labbaika ya Hussein, and everything will come to an end, inshallah. Tyranny will come to an end. But if you think that you can beg the tyrant and say, please, Pharaoh, you are killing our sons. Please and please, kill very little of them. Few, very few, don't kill all. The Pharaoh will say, okay, we will see what we will do. Now, should Israelites beg Pharaoh for freedom, and he will give them freedom? I'm asking a question. Is it possible? Never. This is what the people of this country are thinking of. They are hoping. They are hoping that they will beg those who tyrannize them to now give them way out. We say the way out is the path of Imam Hussein. You have to be ready to sacrifice. Sacrifice everything, including your own life. But that will not be in vain. It will not be just you are given life for nothing. No. It will be you are given life for the sake of Allah. And you have your own reward with Allah in the hereafter. After all, we are here in a place of test. We are here to be tested. هو الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم أيكم أحسن عملا. He has created life and death so that he will test you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala started with this. هو الذي خلق الموت والحياة. He didn't say هو الذي خلق الحياة والموت. Why did he say days past? Because people are, people can sacrifice a lot, but they cannot sacrifice their life. So he created death to test you. Who will do the right thing? Now Gaza is showing this. The people of Gaza, they stood firm. They are saying, Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel. They depend on Allah. And inshallah, victory will be on their own side. And it will be very soon, inshallah. Tyranny can never succeed. No tyrant ever succeeded. Just as the Pharaoh ended by calling, in Hausa people, they say when somebody is droning, he say, you call Habu. When Pharaoh started calling Habu, that's the time when he decided to become Muslim. But it was too late. It came to an end. He was destroyed. Today, what you need, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed Pharaoh and his entourage, his army, and saved the children of Israel. The real children of Israel, not these people who are committing these atrocities, Ashkonites, these white Europeans, these racists. No, the children of Israel, the children of Yaqub, the son of Isaac. He saved them from the Pharaoh. But thereafter, he said, okay, it will be no longer Allah himself destroying the tyrant. It is now written upon you to fight, and Allah will support you. You understand? Now fighting is enjoined upon them to fight for their freedom. So when they went through different places, they had to fight. It is no longer a question of, the Almighty Allah drowning the tyrants. No. That same sunnah continued up till today. All right. You have to stand and you will fight in the sake of Allah, and Allah will be with you. In tansurullah yansurkum wa yuthabbit aqdamakum. You have to stand and say and this is what people of Gaza are now doing. And Gaza will emerge victorious, and the tyrants will be losers very soon. Now coming to the conclusion, because I'm just giving a short remarks about coming to conclusion. I know people make trending. They may expect me to speak about what they are saying now. No, I will tell you that the same way that you saw us for the last 47 years, since 78 to date, we have been on this, and at the time when nobody was thinking of poverty. We were students in the late 70s. At first, when I was a student in ABU area, our breakfast was 20 kobo. Lunch and dinner 25 kobo each. Then it was reduced. Breakfast 10 kobo. Dinner and lunch 20 kobo. So 50 kobo is okay. And they were giving us about 90 naira for 3 months. So in the whole 3 months you will spend, out of that 90 naira, you spend about 30 naira for food. And you are given 90 naira. At that time, you need about $2.50 to buy 1 naira. $2.50. Then it became $2 to 1 naira. Well, since 6 have changed. $2 to 1 naira. That's 1980. $2 to 1 naira. Later on, now it is 1,500 naira to $1. And God knows when it's going to end. All right. Now, at that time, whoever graduates is sure of a house, he is sure of a job, a house, a car, and a wife. He will buy a wife. He will buy a wife, he will buy a car, and he will get a house. You know. In 1980, I was working on level 08, and I was living in my father's house, older house, and at the same time, the place they give me 60 naira per month for rent. At that time, a good house in GRA is about 15 naira a month. You may laugh, but that's true. Okay. There was no market for second-hand cars. No, it doesn't exist. You buy brand new. Every year you change a car, brand new. Beetle was 1,800 naira, new, brand one. Lada was 2,200 naira. Those days. So it was at that time when we were not thinking of poverty, we started calling for a change to Islam. And people are saying we are mad. Look at these mad people. Instead of you to finish your school and get your job and indulge in this dangerous thing. Okay. Now, 47 years after, see what things have changed. Now people are thinking of way out. Now, this way out has been given to you long ago. You simply don't care. That's it. And only that way out can save us. All right? Let us think that we are here to be tested. Everyone, and every one of us should see what he should do to save himself here and in the hereafter. We are not here to live permanently. So it's a question of few years you are gone. You are just some tens of years, tens only. Not hundreds, not hundreds. You don't live hundreds of years, you live only tens. If 60, 70 years, 80 years, you are old man. 90, you are too old. Above 100, nobody cares about you. If you are not dead, you are dead already. So it's just a question of few 10 years. You are under test, and see what you can do to save yourself for a life that is of everlasting life, where you will live forever. That's akhir. You are not here to live forever. You are not here to enjoy, and that's all. You are here to be tested. But even if you stand firm, it is a promise of Allah that He will definitely come to your rescue. I was saying about see how this revolution of Imam Hussein has changed the world. You have seen. I was saying that the West does not have democracy, but did you see what happened in Iran? Did you see when they killed the president of Iran, Sayyid through what they call accident? Did you see millions of people participated in the funeral? In his funeral, millions of people. This is why you have the people and the government being at one and the same side. Not the lies you hear from the West. And do you see also the pictures? You see every Friday, you see the solidarity march in Sana'a, Yemen. You see the people who gather there. This is why you have the people and supporting their own government, because they think that the government is representing in their own interest. And this is what you should fight for, to have a government that will represent you, not a clique of people who that represent themselves. All right. And this is the path of Imam Hussein. Let us all see what we will do. Each one of us will see what he will contribute for himself, to save himself in this life and the life to come. This is short of concluding remarks, inshallah. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.